are starting this next section in InDesign VU 155. We're going to be working on business package project. You will be creating a business card, letterhead, and envelope for your own personal logo. So here, this is a document you've given inside the assignment. These are the requirements for the card, letterhead, and envelope. You definitely can add more if needed. And obviously you don't have to put your own address or any personal information. You can just make it up like it's real. The biggest thing about package design, business package design, is they coordinate in some sort of fashion with the logo and color theme. So you're getting a design aspect in this as well. If you created some of these when you did your logo back at the beginning of the year, you're welcome. I want you to kind of start over and do a whole new design because I want to start from fresh with some stuff that you've already known. So I'm going to walk you through how to get started in this, and then you're pretty much going to be on your own. So setting up the document, I already have something set up here, but it is going to be 4 pages, but they're going to be different sizes. So to start, I'm going to close that out. We'll close. You're going to start with a new document, and you're going to start, make sure it's in inches. You're going to do 8.5 by 11, so with 8.5 by 11, 4 pages. We're going to make sure facing pages is unchecked. We're going to start with page 1 so that, and then we're going to make sure the margins and bleed are 0.125. And if you keep these locked, they all will turn into that, or all will stay the same, proportionate. You're going to hit create. So if you zoom out, you'll see the 4 pages. They're not facing each other. They're 4 individual pages. And then we're going to click. So if you open your Pages panel, window, Pages, you're going to go to page. So here's your letterhead. Your next will be, you can do it in any order, but page 2 can be your envelope. So you're going to go to the bottom of the page panel and you're going to hit edit page, hit custom. And then you're going to put in there your envelope size, which is width 9 and the height is 4. And hit create. And then I titled it already, so that's my letterhead envelope business card. So I'll just hit envelope. Oh, let me edit that again. Hit custom. So I have that at the wrong size, so put 9 by 4. Hit OK. So there's your standard envelope size. You'll go to your next page document, page 3, edit page, custom, and then put your business card size in there, which is 3.5 by 2 inches. So 3.5 by 2. And then since you saved that in there, you can just go to the next one, hit edit, and hit business card size again. So then you have your front back business card, your letterhead, your envelope and letterhead. So going back to my example on putting information in here. So you get it set up, looks like that, probably the opposite way, and you want to set guides. So on the letterhead guides, I want the letterhead guide to be vertically 2.5 and 4.25, and the height is 1 and 10. Because on the letterhead, I only want, here's the letterhead, I only want the logo to be up in here, and then a footer information in here, because in this spot will be what people will type or write on for the letterhead for the business, and then I have a center point. This is the center of your document. So to set guides, you want to make sure your properties panel is open, and then you can hit Command R, will open your ruler guides, and then you will just click, and now you have a free-flowing marker. and then you will go and hit the what you need. And I think I need to have it too. So 2.5. So you just select it again and then make sure it's at 2.5. And there's your guide. And the same with the horizontal. And I had this one at 1 inch. So then again, you can hit 1 and it's going to do that. So that's how you hit guides. I have a set of guides for each item, letterhead, envelope guides, logo, and return and address area. Actually, make sure to read through that. Business card guides. I'm having you mark the center of the front and back of the cards so you can know where the center is. All designs must have a bleed. So a bleed is something that, so the red mark is our bleed. From the white, here's the bleed. And I have it extending beyond that. And you want it to bleed because when it prints out, the printer will print the bleed and then will cut on the actual white line to allow for the edge to come all the way to the edge, or the blue to come all the way to the edge. So that way nothing is visible, there's no white border. So bleed will help prevent having white be shown when blue is supposed to be. So any kind of graphics you put on there, you must bleed it all the way to your bleed line, which is red. And all your important information must be inside this pink line to avoid it being cut off in the process of printing. So that's something to get used to as in printing. So all important information must be inside the pink line, the blue line, everything must be bled out to that red line. So that is the bleeds. And as you design these things, all 3 documents must coordinate like they belong to you as your logo style. All graphics made by you must make the graphics, or you must be your photo, like if you want to use your photo. There must be some sort of background design or shadowing on each document. So I know the envelope is probably the hardest to have that accomplished, but you can do just the logo or like a symbol or the background if you wish, but you must have some sort of background and not keep it all white. When you're adding images, you can kind of frame this out if you want first and figure out how you want it laid out by using your image boxes. So if you're doing this letterhead, you say you want a shadowed image in the background. So you do an X there, knowing you're going to put, put an image there. And then you could, if you know you're going to put a logo up in this area, you put an X there. And then you know you're going to do a text box. So you can just do a normal text box here to fill in later. And so once you know what information you're going to do or place information in there. So to place it then, to make sure everything's saved through Illustrator, you're going to File, Place, and navigate to the document that you need. So I got to remember where I saved it. Probably back this way. Yeah, so here's just the logo I need. An AI file is fine, or you could do a PNG so it doesn't have a background, but it will place it in there. And then you use your auto fitting tools. It's also in your properties right here, frame fitting tools. And then I could fill the whole thing. If it doesn't quite fit, I can expand my box to make it fit. Or I can pick a different auto fitting tool that will allow it to fit better. And then I have my image in there, and then you can work on different design elements with the opacity. So I want to bring it down. It's also important to work in layers in InDesign because this will be my background layer. Where's my layers at? There they are. So as a background layer, since there's multiple pages, it's important to label it, but again, you want it in the background, so let's keep moving it down. There you go, layer 2, it's in the background, and then you can lock it down so it doesn't move. But I think I still want it a little lighter. There we go. So, and then you would put your logo here, again, file place. And then you can have it self-fit in there. So I need a different logo because it's this light logo, so you're not seeing it, but you get the point that it's where the logo goes, and you can adjust the box as it goes. And then I'm going to put text information here, and then maybe down here. So if you look up logo or letterhead on what information, but as far as the letterhead, you need your logo, address, phone, design on top and bottom, and other elements of design. So you're going to work through with your own logo, set it up like this, use the guides, use design elements, design yourself with your own logo, your business card, your envelope, and your letterhead. What else do you need? I think that's about the gist of what you're going to be working through, practicing working in InDesign. Once you are done, we're going to start packaging all this together. And what that does is allows for fonts to be embedded, images to be embedded, and everything together. So it's like you're sending it to the printer and they can use it better. So to package, you're going to hit File, hit Package, and it's already saying 3 fonts used, 0 missing, 0 embedded, 0. So that means like there's no fonts that are incomplete. It does have an error for some links, but you should be okay. And then you can hit Package. I'm just going to save it before I do it. So make sure you save it as your InDesign file. Let's put 2 because I already did that. Because it will save it as a folder. And you hit Package and hit OK. Because then if you go and look at it to submit it, so it's my example 2. As you open it, it now has my document fonts I pulled from, has my links of my images in there, and then it has my InDesign file, and it has a PDF file. So everything is in there for you to submit to a printer. So I want you to submit this whole file to me, and I know it's multiple files. So what you will do is right click on it, and you will compress it. It will compress it, and now it's one zip file that you can upload to your assignment for me, and then I can open that to make sure you have that on there. So that's how you're going to start submitting all InDesign files to me, is by zipping it and exporting it as a package so that all the information is there for me to grade. Make sure you look through the grading criteria for this on what you're supposed to be doing, and make sure you look at examples of different packaging and how you can design stuff. In your package, if you do like, this is a front and back letterhead, front and back envelope. If you'd like to lay out a front and back, that's up to you, but all that is required is a front letterhead and a front envelope and a front and back business card. So if any questions, let me know.